Hi guys, this is Erika Astrid, fashion and editorial photographer in LA and Portland. Today I want to show you how I do my Instagram grids. I will walk you through 5 different types, and the cool thing is that I made a Photoshop action for each of them and you can download them below this video. So let's get started with the first one, which is the 3x1. I chose this image for it. So let's get started. Turn on the grid lines, go to View, Show, and Grid. So that pops up with the lines, and then let's set those to the right size. You go to Photoshop, Preferences, Guides, Grid, and Slices. Set the grid line to every 1000 pixels, the color to red, and the subdivisions to 1. Okay, perfect. And now let's resize it to 3000 pixels. The width to 3000 pixels. Perfect. So now we gotta move this because I don't like how it is right now, so I'm gonna move it down. It has to be on the bottom 3 squares. That's what's gonna be shown. So let's move it. Yeah, perfect. And let's crop it to the middle line. Pull it down and hit enter. Now we got it. Perfect. Next step is go to File, Automate, Batch. And that's where we're gonna do the Photoshop action to split this into 3 squares. So the set is gonna be grids. That should be in there right now. It's the Photoshop action to download below. Then action 3x1, and then source open files. And then this is where we're gonna save it as. So I'm gonna create a new folder for this. 3x1. Okay, then that is document name, and you can say none to the second one. We don't need that. And then check the box override action, save as commands, turn off that little pop-up box. We don't need that, and then hit OK. So this should pop up now, and you're going to type in 1 for the first square, hit enter and enter. 2 for the second, enter, enter, and 3, enter, enter. And that's it. Super easy. Now let's take a look at our folder on the desktop. There it is, 3x1, and there are 3 squares ready to be posted on Instagram. Next is the 3x2. So for that one I chose this image. Let's resize it. So we're going to resize it to 3000 pixel wide. There's the image, 3000 by 2000 pixels. Next, we're going to go to File, Automate, Batch, Set Grids, then action the 3x2, open files, and then create a new folder, 3x2. And everything else stays the same, okay? And then this process starts, and then we just name them 1 through 6. You can also go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if you want. I like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's really up to you. Okay. Last one. And we're done. So let's take a look. Here's the first one we did. Let's pull into the middle, and then here's the second one. Let's look at them. And there you go. 6 perfect little squares ready to be posted to Instagram. Next up is the square, which is the 3x3. For this one I couldn't really decide which image I wanted to use, so I have 3 options. I chose these because they're interesting. I did some mirroring effects. This is the first one. I will show you how to do the mirroring effect in a different blog post. So next one is this one. Same thing, mirroring effect. And then this one. So let's open up a new document by pressing Command and N, making it 3000 by 3000 pixel wide. Always 300 dpi, very important. And then okay, so And then let's resize these images. The horizontal ones have to be 3,000 tall, and the vertical ones have to be 3,000 wide, because that's always the shortest edge has to be 3,000 for the square, since it's a 3,000 by 3,000. And let's drag these into the document that we just made. So this one I would do centered, if I would do that. It's pretty interesting, but kind of bland, some of them. Let's try these other ones, like that one, drag that in it. We can just layer them and then turn layers on and off to see which one we like best. I like that one, that's very cool. Like that with the shoes down here, the plants, and then the faces and the shirts. That's pretty cool. And then this one, let's see. That one I really like. So we would have these interesting, the faces, the shirt, all that. Let's turn these other ones on and off to see which one. Yeah, that one was cool. I like that. That one isn't really my favorite, so I know that already. It's not really interesting. Yeah, all those wouldn't stand alone. The squares wouldn't be really good by themselves. So that one is really cool. But I really like this one the best. So I'm going to go with that one. And delete the other one. So delete all the other layers. Now make sure to close all the other open files. I'll show you why in a minute. Just close them all. Don't save, so because you resize them. And then File, Automate, Batch. Set is grids, actions 3x3, and source is open files. And that's exactly why we had to close the other ones. Otherwise, this would have played on all the open files. Create a new folder, 3x3. And everything else stays the same. And then okay. And then save them 1 through 9. You can save them however you want them to save. You can say ABC, you can say whatever you want, but I save them 1 through 9 just to make it easy. Especially when I sync it to my phone, that way it's in order and it's easy for me to post on Instagram. So, almost done. So last one. Perfect, and we're done. So now let's take a look. There's our folder, and here are our little squares. And it's always nice to see them all individually. That way we can tell if they are good for Instagram or not. And if not, just try it with a different image. It's okay. It takes some time to figure it out, and you'll get it. So that was the 3x3. So let's get on to the next one. This is the 3x4. I choose 2 images for this one. This one I chose because of all the florals on it. It's really pretty. Yeah, that would be really interesting. And then I chose this one because of the mirroring effect. It's really cool. I did that actually analog with a mirror in front of the lens. But yeah, let's get started. It needs to be 3,000 pixels wide. So let's resize that. And then as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.5 grid squares there. So we need to get rid of that half one. So let's use the crop tool, crop it to the line, and that doesn't mean we have to crop it there, because we're going to go to the select tool and move it. Exactly, move it to where we want it. And then we hit enter, and then it has 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. So let's do the same thing with the other one. Resize it, 3,000 pixel wide, and then as you can see again, we have to crop it up to the line and just move it to where we want it, how we like it. I like it right there, that's perfect, and that's good. Okay, now let's go to File, Automate, Batch, and then source this open file, so both files will be saved and turned into grids. Grid 3x4, create a new folder on the desktop, 3x4, and let's do it. So I sped this up a little bit for you so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to call the first one 1 through 12 and the second one will be A through L, just to make it easier because it's saved in the same folder. And we're done. That was super quick. Let's go check it out. There it is, 3x4. And let's see. And they look super cool, all individual squares. I can totally see them on Instagram with the plants, and that's awesome. And see how they're 1 through 12 and then A through L. And that's it. So on to the final one, the 3x10. It's a collage out of 15 images that I chose from a shoot called A Luminous Gloom. So first we want to start a new document by pressing Command and N. We want it to be 3000 by 10,000 pixel and 300 dpi. All of the actions included are for 300 dpi, so that's very important. Now we're going to start dragging the images into the new document. I already resized them all to 1500 pixel wide. And we're just going to start playing around. I sped this up for you a little bit so you can watch what I did. So now that we're done with the collage, we're going to close all the files. Don't save them since you resized them. And now we're going to clean up this whole thing. When we dragged them, we didn't do it perfectly, or I didn't do it perfectly, so now we're just going to clean this. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. On 100%, I can see exactly where it doesn't line up, so I'm moving all that around. And now this is it. It's done. It looks really pretty. Everything goes well together. Now here's the full one. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to select all the layers, hit Command E to flatten them all. Yep, so they're all flattened. And then we're going to go to File, Automate Batch, as usual, Set Grids, Action, Grid 3x10, Open Files. Just have one file open now. Choose, we're going to create a new folder, 3x10. And then everything else will stay the same. We hit OK, and I sped this up for you because you don't want to watch that, and numbered them 1 through 30. And we're done. Let's check out our little collage that we made. Here it is. And there you go. Now we have 30 little squares to post, and they all look neat individually. Some better than others, but I think they all work really well. So there you have it. We went over 5 grids. You learned how to do them. I hope you got inspired, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. I want you to get creative now. And then when you post them on Instagram, make sure to tag me at Erika Astrid and hashtag me at Erika Astrid, since I don't always see all the because I get a lot of notifications. I don't see the ones that are at Erika Astrid, so you gotta hashtag me as well. Yeah, and if you have any questions, let me know. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for watching this, and see you next time.